Hey, good morning. It's 6:30 a.m. It is Sunday, April 15th, okay? Which usually this would be tax day, but I believe tax day is actually being moved up to the 17th this year. I think last year was the 16th. Anyway, it gets hard to keep track of. I just try to get my taxes done, and luckily I don't owe taxes this year. I should be getting a refund because I didn't make very much last year. However, what I will be getting as a refund will be going back to the IRS. So I guess, I can't complain too much, but still. Anyway, I was thinking about, the sick forms of competition that some people have. I've seen competitive nature in a lot of people, and some people are competitive, and that's why they like things like sports. They like to, support one team, and they like to, go to the what do you call it, the arenas or whatever to watch these teams play, or they will get together with their friends and family so they can watch, sporting events, and they get really wrapped up into it. It's almost like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I've always looked at it like kind of a way where some people feel as though the sport team wins, somehow they win, and they live vicariously through, sports members or the team in general. So it's kind of like they feel like they win in life when their team wins. And some people take, sporting almost like it's an obsession for some people, And in this case, where I believe my brother-in-law, Jim Culligan, likes to actually my entire family, obviously, like my siblings or whatever, they like to be competitive. I'm not competitive, but some people look at other person, what they're doing, and they think, well, who do you think you are? And they feel as though because you're not living your life like them, then they have to have some sort of challenge to force you or make you live your life like them. It's a competition that they create in their mind. And it's almost like they feel insecure about their way of living. And so they want to force you to live the way that they are, because it makes them feel bad that you don't necessarily follow their rules or whatever. I would like to say that I wasn't really aware of what they were doing because I don't pay attention to them. I live too far of a distance from them, and I rarely ever see them. But still, it's almost as if they feel like they have this sick drive to force their beliefs and ideas onto another person. Obviously, this is a very sick form of. It's very dominating. And it's a form of mental illness. It really is. And I know that my sister struggled with mental illness when I was growing up. I'm referring to Tanya. She had some paranoia issues, which is funny because everything that she tries to put on me, she herself is what suffers from these issues, okay? And it's kind of sad, really. Not really. I don't feel sorry for Tanya. I don't feel sorry for her for being in this situation because, when you're in an abusive relationship, and you stay in there, but then again, her husband may be using, some sort of administrative shenanigans or whatever to keep her in place too. And see, that's the problem because hopefully, people will wake up to this and stop allowing people to abuse them. You know what I mean? But I can recognize abuse. And what this is it's abuse. Now, her husband can abuse his wife if he wants to. Okay? I can't do anything about that. But I'm not his wife. Okay? And I never gave him any authorization or asked him for any input into my personal life. He thinks because, maybe that stupid old family of mine maybe have arranged some of my jobs that he has the right to dictate, what I do in my work, how far I can go, blah, 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 blah. That to me is the biggest, most arrogant thing I have ever had to deal with. And so, you get a lot of people who are like competitive and they don't want you to go further in your life And they feel as though, well, like, for example, my sister Tanya. Tanya, she's got her master's degree, so she feels as though that gives her some sort of entitlement. Well, I will tell you this, I'm not belittling people who've gone and got their master's degree. I will say, though, if you walk out without any knowledge that is of any benefit to you in daily working life, okay, then it's nothing, okay? Obviously, there are certain skills and classes that you take during your required classes in college that are supposed to enhance your way of life, okay? Obviously, people who who have gone through all that shouldn't be making the kind of mistakes that an average everyday person should be making. They're supposed to be a cut above the rest, okay? So that's my argument. But aside from that, what I do in my life is no one's business. You know what I mean? If I wanted to include them into my life, I would have included them into my life. I would have asked them for their, guidance and their direction. And they assume that everybody needs their direction. Everybody needs their guidance. That's the arrogance of these people. No, I don't need these people. Never did. And, it's when you tell somebody to get out of your life and they continually pursue and constantly latch on and try to dictate or speak for you, that is a form of abuse, and it's very controlling, and they have no right. They have no legal right to do that. Jim Culligan really has a lot of mental issues. He's mentally ill. He's disturbed, as well as Tanya, because Tanya, I know, had some paranoia issues back when I was in 5th grade. Started when I was in 5th grade. There was a reoccurring episode of it when I was in 7th grade, I believe. And then I think it happened too a little after she had her first child. So Tanya is kind of mentally weak. And some people seek out those sort of relationships. They look at women who have absolutely no backbone, and they seek them out as partners because they're easy to dominate. That's what it is, okay? Well, unfortunately for her, she put herself in that situation. I didn't ask to it, you know what I mean? And so I find it really annoying and almost like it's just so obnoxious is what it is, that Jim Culligan, would think that he would have the right to come into my life and start directing it, and he thinks that he has the right to tell me what to do. He doesn't, it's very hard for me to get over what happened, because there is no way that he could say, and in him saying he's concerned, there was no reason for concern. I was always good at my job. Always good at my job. I mean, when I first started out, I was a little awkward, but, as I started understanding, my responsibilities, which took me very little time to get it, I, took my job seriously, and I did everything I was supposed to do. I liked my work, and I was very enthusiastic about it. And how I advance my work is my business. You know what I mean? It's like his arrogance is just over the top, I equate his mindset like almost as if he's a rapist, and he to me is, in my opinion. Okay, I feel as though he's trying to force me into that family, and it's insane. It is. It bothers me. You know what I mean? So anyway, I don't want anything to do with them at all. It's time for me to forget and move on. But I will say, I think about how people are stupid and gullible enough to fall for these sort of things, and that's what I've been saying all along. I mean, this is what I've been talking about for the longest time, and yet people didn't get it. That's scary, you know what I mean? That is very scary. I mean, because, employers make it easy for women to be abused. They make it easy for stalkers to murder their victims. They make it easy for them because they don't understand. And there's no excuse for it. You know what I mean? That's what upsets me the most. But anyway, right now I'm getting ready to head out the door. I need to get some laundry money. I thought I had laundry money, but I guess I used it last week. So I need to go get some laundry money and start some laundry. And that's pretty much what my day is going to consist of. You know what I mean? I finished my taxes, and so all I have to do is mail those. And I need to get back and start looking to rebuild my life. I am very upset by what happened to me, and it takes a lot out of a person, especially when, after leaving the Murray's place, which I left on a confidentiality contract, like I said, and I did everything right. And there was a lot of abuse that went over in that company. And then after doing all of that, I was still continually getting abused by the same family over what, it's very sickening. When I think about what they've done, it's very sickening. And that's what makes it unforgivable. It makes it unforgivable because it's like, they're monsters. I mean, what do you not understand when I say no? What is so hard to believe that? I mean, why do you continually charge at me and want to intervene and stay in my life? Because is it your desire to satisfy this need to enjoy some extreme sports? Because that's what it seems like to me. It seems like somebody just really has this need to win a competition. I never signed up for the competition. So anyway, it bothers me. It bothers me because, I respect what other people do. I respect their space. If I felt as though, my sister Tanya was okay. Like, I figured she had a decent job. I never felt like, well, Tanya's got this and I don't, and I'm doing this. I never made that comparison. It never occurred to me to make that comparison. Not one time in my life did I ever do that. You know what I mean? I never thought, well, gosh, Tanya's got her master's degree and I'm only doing this. I never once thought that. Okay? It never registered in my mind to say, well, this is what she's doing. This is what I have. It never did. Okay? Now, obviously, if Tanya felt as though she was in a better position than I was, why would she feel like she needed to compete? The problem with it is that I have more knowledge, more skills, more know-how than she does. And that bothers her. Okay? She knows that I have far more potential. What difference does it make if you have done something and you can't show that you really have the knowledge? The reason why is because there's jealousy in that family. There is serious jealousy in that family. And it's very, very, very disturbing. Because, like I said, I never thought about it. I knew that my sister, she worked retail, and that's fine. I mean, I worked retail too, and I would say that, when I was younger, I liked working retail. I thought it was fun. I used to work as a cashier. That didn't make enough money for me as an adult, mainly because, I need more money to live on. But as a kid, and when I was a teenager or whatever, I loved working. I had a job at Target. I loved it. I mean, it was great because I got to meet really cool people, working in line, and scanning items, making conversation, and, I enjoyed it. Okay. And it's a very fast-paced environment. Okay. I did enjoy that, but would I want to do it for a living? No. But I knew that was what my sister did, and I never thought one thing about it. I never thought, well, I'm better than her because she's doing this. I never did that. And I never thought, well, I feel less than Tanya, or I need to compete against Tanya, or I need to beat Tanya. See, the thing is with them, really, I'm more focused on my own personal satisfaction. I care more about what I want in life, and it may not be the same. It may not be of equal value, maybe, okay? I may just be somebody who wants to work in the office, but I like what I do. You know what I mean? I'm content with what I do. I like this. I like order. I like structure. And I don't like working for companies that have no order or structure. I can't stand that, okay? So what I like to do is I like bringing order and structure. I like, organizing things. It's just what I like to do, okay? And it's nothing major. It's not a lawyer. It's not a doctor. It's nothing what some people might even find impressive, but it brings me happiness. It brings me joy, okay? And it's just, I'm happy. I'm content, I don't have to have everything. But my family feels as though they should be giving me, directions and stuff. And if they really cared about giving me directions, they would have done it in front of my face. They never did. What it is it's this need to compete, and that's bullshit. So when you really think about it, when companies allow stalkers into the workplace, anybody can be easy prey. You know, anybody can be. And when you take away the rights of an individual, which these people tried to take away my rights, and that's bullshit. And I'm glad I'm exposing this. I am. I'm glad I figured it all out. You know, some people use, like I said, their religion as a crutch to try to hide who they truly are. And I can see now that this is exactly what these people have done. You know, it's always the religious thing, you know, that they are Christians and they feel as though they are good people and blah, 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 blah. And it's not. They're not good people. They're not. It's a mask. It's a crutch, okay? It's an excuse, you know, to try to make themselves seem better. Anyway, I really do want to stop talking about them. It's just that, you know, every day I wake up and I'm like, you know, I'm not where I want to be in life. And that's not my fault. It's not my fault. You know, I have tried to make several attempts to improve my life throughout the years. And I would always have to deal with being consumed with anxiety, worry, nervousness, threats, abuse, you know, constantly. So I'm very lucky that I have what I have right now. All because of them. These people, you will be surprised at how evil and selfish these people really are. So anyway, that's my thought for Sunday morning. I'm going to do some I better get dressed. I need to run out and get some quarters for the machine and get myself all ready for that. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of hanging in there. You know, I get upset sometimes because it's like, you know, so much of my life has been taken up unnecessarily, okay? Unnecessarily. And all an employer, how is it I'm so beyond frustrated. So beyond frustrated that these people didn't understand. And there were several pleas and, you know, requests for these people to get out of my life. What made these people think that my family had rights over me? Why would they think that an adult should have that? You know, because it's hopefully when employers from this point on will start understanding what this issue is, because this is a very serious problem. It is a serious problem. It is a life-threatening problem. Okay? It is seriously life-threatening, and it is. I mean, it not only does it affect your quality of life, people can actually end up murdering people in this situation, okay? And then these people give these people full accommodation of this, and it's wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You know, nobody has the right to intervene into your personal life. They don't need to understand or know, you know, what you're doing at work, spying on them, the employer providing certain information to anyone other than the applicant. That's illegal, you know? And I can't believe how much information is released to people that have no authorization to have that. You know, it doesn't matter if it's your mom. It doesn't matter if it's older sister. How is it that these people don't understand that? It's wrong. It's illegal. It's a violation. You know, I think of all these people that deserve to be sued, and it's just like, you know, why should they be sued? Because I'm out of compensation. I actually deserve a position that pays far more. And people are like, well, you don't have a master's degree. It doesn't matter. I've known people who've made it without that, without any college at all. Okay? It's basically a matter of demonstrating your skill. Okay? You could go and you could have a PhD and walk out absolutely stupid. Okay, and this, I mean, it's obvious. Okay, you could have any sort of credential that you say that they offer, but if you can't demonstrate your skill and your know-how, then what good is it? And I've known several people who were successful without any at all. I mean, nothing. Okay, so it's basically a matter of being able to demonstrate your skill. And I always felt confident in myself. Do I want to go back to college? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to at this point, because these people sucked up all my time. They sucked up a lot of my time, and I'm very angry about it. I was in constant state of worry. I was constantly losing my job. Every time I would do something, oh, they didn't agree with the kind of college I was going to. It's none of your business. If this is the sort of issues that they were concerned about, then this is what they should have brought to my attention. I would have basically said, you know what, I know what I'm doing and I'm fine. And it would have been left at that. But no, they wanted to put this out in the arena because they want attention. They want attention all the time. They want this little competition to constantly go, and they want other people to back them up because it feeds their ego. It's so ego driven. Okay, but I deserve more, and I know that I do. I know that I do. I have skills that more people don't have. I have abilities that other people don't have. I have more business sense than most people. Okay, I should never be in a situation like this. Okay, and what it is that they know this. They fully know it. And they don't want me to be there because Tanya feels as though she should be in my position. She feels jealous of me, and that is very painful to know that your family would be sick like that. That's sick. And then when you throw in the Christian part of it, it's like they provide the blessings. This is another thing that's the egotistical part. They are playing God. Okay, if you go to their church, then they provide the blessings. Okay, and obviously they also cast down curses because your life won't go the way that you want it to because you're not following their little ideology. And if you're not following their ideology, then they're going to make sure that you get mobbed out of your job. You're going to sit here and lose everything, and because you're not following their rules. Okay, so they're pretty much acting like they are God. So I'm going to tell you that these people's ego is really something. I mean, I can't believe how arrogant these people are. Get out of my life already. Anyway, got things to do. I'm going to slip on, it's kind of what the weather's like right now. Oh, it's a little overcast, but I mean, that could just be because it's the morning. Sometimes it looks that way in the morning, and then it looks pretty normal. So all my pants are pretty much dirty, and my shorts are dirty. Everything's piled up. So it looks like I'm going to have to wear another skirt again, which I'm kind of getting burnt out on. So anyway, wrapping up this video, I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday here in Bakersfield. Maybe go out and hit the lake. I don't know how fishing is out here. I haven't fished in a long time. I really would love to go fishing again. Yes, I enjoy fishing, believe it or not. I haven't really done a whole lot in my life, but what I have, it's very relaxing. And I kind of was thinking about getting my fishing license. I'm not sure where the fishing hot spots are here in Bakersfield. Maybe I might have to go out of town for that eventually, but I want to pick up some new hobbies. I really do. So anyway, go out and fly a kite or do something really cool. Get out of the house today. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. What's left of it. Take care. Bye-bye.